Hi guys, it's Marla back with another video, and today we're going to be making some Play-Doh. This is really soft Play-Doh, and I know I already have a Play-Doh recipe on my YouTube channel, but this is a little different because I won't be using any cream of tartar, and also I'll be showing you how to color some Play-Doh. I have just some white Play-Doh right here. This is really soft and it's super nice. And it only uses 4 ingredients. If you want to color it, then that's fine. But I'm going to show you guys how to color it. So, the things you will need will be 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil or any oil. I'm using a 1/4 cup of salt, 1 cup of flour, and I'm using 3/4 cup of water, but I don't think I'll use all of it. It's just not like lukewarm water I'm using, and a whisk and a bowl. So the first step will be to add in all of your dry ingredients. So that's the flour. Just adding in the flour, and then salt. And I'm going to mix these together. Give them a really nice mix until it just comes together. Like it's combined. I don't mean when I say come together, I don't mean that like it goes into a bowl, because it's just flour and salt. Okay, I know in some recipes they say to use, say that I'm using 1 cup of flour and they say to use a 1/2 cup of salt, but I've actually tried that and it doesn't work. I find that the Play-Doh gets a little grainy, so if you want a smooth Play-Doh, then you want to use either you want to use a 1/4 the amount of flour to salt. So like I'm using a 1/4 cup of salt and 1 cup of flour. That's 1/4. You want to use 1/4 the amount of flour from salt. That will give you a smooth Play-Doh. So if you want to knead it and color it, then if you want to color it at the end when the dough is ready, then that's fine. I want to color it at the end. But if you want to make it easier, you can pour your oil into your water and you can add your coloring, and then you can put it into here and then you can mix it and you'll get an already colored Play-Doh. I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to add in my oil, 2 tablespoons of oil, and I'm going to stir this. I'm not going to add in my water yet. I'm just going to add in my water a little bit later. You might hear my birds chirping or something. I don't know if they'll be chirping right now, but they were chirping before when I was getting everything prepared. And now I'm going to slowly add in my lukewarm water. Slowly, just a little bit at a time. And when you think it's starting to come together, you're going to start kneading it. If you're making cooked Play-Doh, you're going to use the same amount as flour to water. So right here I'm using 1 cup of flour, so I would use 1 cup of water if I'm cooking it on the stove. I don't know why really, but I think it's because like if you want to like make all of the water like evaporate, and it'll be like better. I think that's why you need like the same amount of flour to water or something. I don't know. Okay. And you can use a spatula or a spoon or a fork instead of a whisk if you don't have one. You should have one. But if you don't, okay, I'm going to add in a little bit more water now since I'm starting to get clumps of the dough. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my hands because I feel like it's getting stuck in the whisk and I don't really like that. So if you're using a spatula, you don't want to go with your hands at this point. It's just that I'm getting annoyed that the dough, whenever I add water, it gets stuck inside of the whisk because of its like jagged edges, and I don't like getting out. So I'll show you guys the stage. You're not usually meant to go to this stage. I'm adding a little bit more water now. Just a little bit more water. Yeah, I'm gonna mix this. Hopefully it doesn't stick. And I'm just gonna mix it. It's getting tough right now. Okay, I don't think I should add any more water in because it's getting a little bit sticky. If it gets a little sticky, just add a little more flour in. Okay, I'm gonna stop adding water. Look, this is what I need. There's a ball on here. So, yeah, I'm gonna see like my birds are just like going crazy right now. Okay, so I'm gonna take everything out of this whisk. So it's stuck in there. And then I am gonna start going in with my hands. And then I'll show you guys how like the stages that I go through while I'm kneading the dough. So I'm gonna just carry on, keep it filming, and I'm gonna just keep it filming, and I'll show you guys how I knead it. I might get a little bored from kneading. Sometimes that happens with me. Okay, so I'm gonna put this whisk to a side, and I'm gonna look. This is the stage. It's like a little sticky, but it's just like coming together. So I'm gonna go with my one hand, and it's already starting to come together. When you think it's like not sticky, and if it's like a little less like sticky, then you can put it onto your counter and you can start kneading it. But I think mine's a little sticky, so I'm just gonna keep on. Oh, that was loud. I'm gonna keep on kneading this until it's done, and I'll show you guys how to color it. If it's too sticky, it won't be good. And when you add in your food coloring, it's just gonna go super squishy because the food coloring makes it a little bit liquidy, and it's not really as good. But look at this. This is stretchy, and this is a little too stretchy. So I think I might get a little bit more flour and add in some more flour, because I feel like I don't want it too sticky, but I don't want it like too firm either. And if you don't use the oil, it won't be as like smooth and soft. But if you don't use, well, some people even have conditioner in their Play-Doh recipes. This Play-Doh recipe doesn't have any conditioner, and look, it's pretty firm. Move this bowl away. Look, this is a little sticky. As you can see, it's sticking to my hands a little bit. But when the Play-Doh is done, it won't be sticky at all. Trust me. This is actually really nice to knead it. I'm going to go onto the counter now. And you want to make sure if your Play-Doh is a little bit sticky, you want to make sure you have some flour on your worktop. This is obviously a little softer than this one. I made this batch earlier, like yesterday. Okay, so I feel like you should put it in a container, an airtight container, or just put it in some like cling film or like foil or plastic bag. My sleeves keep on coming down. Okay. This is a really good Play-Doh recipe. Cream of tartar. I have cream of tartar actually. It's just that I thought I would do something a little different since I've already made a Play-Doh recipe with cream of tartar. And I feel like some people don't really have cream of tartar. So I'm just gonna use no cream of tartar. But you can't make cooked Play-Doh with no cream of tartar. You have to use cream of tartar when you're cooking Play-Doh. Once I actually tried it without cream of tartar, and it did not work. It went so dry, and it was just so crumbly, and I didn't like it at all. And it was really lumpy, and it was not okay. that Play-Doh was just so bad. I literally threw it away after a few weeks. This Play-Doh is looking pretty good. I would say this is a pretty good Play-Doh recipe. And it obviously is a pretty good recipe. And a little tip for you guys. If you can get a little of your Play-Doh, and if you can roll it into a ball and the ball stays there, that means your recipe is done. This is a pretty cool Play-Doh recipe. Mine's a little softer than I thought it would be. So I actually think I might add in a little bit of like flour to it, because look, this is way stretchier. And also this Play-Doh recipe, I found an issue with it. It's that if you want it softer, you have to knead it in your hands for a few minutes to get it actually soft. I might teach you how to make a rose with Play-Doh or clay in the future. And this is just a really nice Play-Doh recipe. I like the Play-Doh recipe a lot. My mom actually used to make us Play-Doh, and she used to like put powdered food coloring in it. It's like you use the same food coloring for like rice and stuff like that. I'm actually going to get a little more flour now, because I feel like it's a little sticky. So I'm going to get a little more flour, and then I'll come back to you guys to knead this dough a little more and color it. Okay guys, so I have, this is a 1/4 cup measuring cup. I'm not going to use all of it, but I'm just going to use little bits at a time. So this actually is a really nice recipe. I know I've said that like 3 times, but it depends on actually like where you are living, kind of, because I feel like if it's a little hotter, you'll need to add a little more flour, because it's going to be kind of melty and feel like sticky, because like so if you live in like really hot countries like Pakistan, I know in summer it gets really hot, so you'll need to add a lot more flour, because the salt might even melt, or the water in this might boil and it might just melt and go into like a liquid. So you'll need to add a lot more flour than I am right now. But if you live in like England like I do, then you're gonna have to add a little bit less flour, or just do it until you get a good consistency, because in England it's a little cooler, so it's actually gonna be a little stiffer if you just use like a little bit of flour. This is actually a pretty good consistency, so you'll want to add less water to the thing, and that'll give you a more good consistency if you're in England. But if you accidentally added the same amount of water, then you can just add more flour. The flour is our equalizer in this recipe. The equalizer means it helps it come together, and it like equals, it makes it equal all, and it doesn't like make it separate. This is what brings our Play-Doh together. This is the most essential part, essential ingredient in our Play-Doh. So as you can see, this is a pretty nice texture. But I'm actually gonna, so even after, when you're done with your Play-Doh dough, not the coloring, you're gonna actually have to knead it for like a minute or two, just to make sure that those ingredients can really get mixed in together. I know it looks like they're already mixed in, but you need to do it even more. So we need to just keep on mixing it and kneading it, and adding a little more flour if you want more. Okay, I don't think I'll add any more flour now, because I added like a little bit much, I feel like. Look, so this is a little bit. If you stretch it, and it stretches, that was about like 3 centimeters, like an inch, then that shows that your Play-Doh is ready. And also, if you add too much flour and it's too dry, just put your fingers in your water and dip it, and then just knead it. And just so you know, if you are using cream of tartar, you can't add it after. You have to add it during while you're adding in your dry ingredients. So I added a little water to mine. So that means I'm definitely not gonna add any more flour. So get another piece and stretch it, and that is a good stretch. You can really just do it until any consistency you like. But this consistency to me is actually pretty good. So now, time to color it. I actually love coloring it. So we're gonna put this into 7 pieces. I'm gonna make the colors of the rainbow, and this will be actually pretty good. Actually, I'm doing it to 8 pieces because I want to make a white too. So I'm just gonna get a knife, a very sharp knife. Be careful with these. So I'm gonna put this into half again with both sides, and I'm gonna do it another time with each of your quarters to make it into 8 pieces. That's the great thing about even numbers when you're like separating stuff. So one of my colors will be this big. I know it's pretty cool, and these colors are amazing. Just like practically, I'm gonna make red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, and white. I could have turned this into a different color. So let me just get my colors, and I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 toothpicks. So I'll just gonna get my colors because they're on top of my fridge to keep them away from my little sister because she's just like always messing around with my stuff. Anyways, and then I'm gonna get some toothpicks, and I'll just come back to you guys right after that. Okay guys, so I've got my 8 toothpicks, and I've got red. I don't have any orange, so I'm gonna have to mix in red and yellow to make orange. Red, orange, yellow. Some green, some blue, purple, my favorite color, and some pink. Those are the 8 colors I will be using. So I'm gonna actually start with the red. Going in here. Okay, so just gonna get a little bit. These are very concentrated food colors. So I'm gonna make a little hole, and I'm gonna do a little bit, and I'm gonna do a little bit in here also for my orange, because my food coloring set didn't come with an orange actually. So I'm gonna close my food coloring. We have no disasters, thank God. Okay, and then I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna pinch it, and then I'm gonna close it. Really, I'm just gonna seal it, and then fold this, and then seal the ends, and then this, and then I'm gonna start mixing it. And if the color leaks, like if you don't know what I mean by leak, like that, there's color right there, and it's about to leak, and means it's just gonna come out, and that's fine really, because I mean we're gonna color a bunch of colors. This is actually really nice. I like kneading those, and you can add how much color you need. So since mine are very concentrated colors, but this isn't food, I'm gonna actually add in a little bit more because I feel like this will turn into a pale pink color. I wouldn't really say pale, but I feel like it'll just turn into pink because that's what happened last time when I was making Play-Doh. I added a little less red, and then it turned into pink. Like, look, you can see this is a really cool marble effect. I don't really know if you can see, but I'm just gonna need it on the camera. This is pretty cool. So look, as you can see, it's not really red, so I'm gonna add in a little bit more food coloring. Much more, and it seems like a lot, but at the end you will see the purpose. Okay, so I'm gonna this, and then I'm gonna mix it around. And I don't really care if it leaks on my hands, because I'm gonna wash my hands anyways after, of course, because just like I have to do other things. It's just like I have to just do some stuff. And I obviously have to wash my hands because I can't go somewhere or do something with a different colored hands. So look, this is actually turning pretty red. It's still a little pink, but I think it's starting to turn red. Look, it's actually starting. You can see there's like places with like pink in it and like places with red. So I'm gonna actually keep on kneading, and I have a little flower here if I need a little bit. So since the color makes your your Play-Doh a little bit sticky, I'm just gonna knead it, and we've got our red. Look at that, red Play-Doh. Okay, so now I'm gonna make orange. So I already have a little bit of red. I'm gonna add a little more because I feel like it won't be enough. Okay, some red, and then I'm gonna close this. Really, all the colors you need if you don't have green, purple, pink. You can just, all you need are the primary colors: white, red, yellow, and blue. And those are the most important colors you need to make all the colors of the rainbow. If you want, you can have like black, silver, gold, but I just stick to the pattern I just told you. Red, yellow, blue, black. Not black, white. I find that you don't really need white because you need white and red to make pink. This is, oh my god, there's actually like red and yellow right there just bursting out. And my hands are already pretty dirty. I don't know how green and blue got on there because I didn't even use any green and blue. I just used red and yellow, really. It actually looks really cool right now because it's just like marbled. Look, it's just like marbled right here. It's so pretty. There's like a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of white. It's just so nice. Okay. I know the video's been going on for like 20 minutes now, not 20, like 22 minutes or something. And I'm sorry if you don't want to do this, but basically that's how you color Play-Doh. So I have to do all of the colors, but I don't want to waste more of your, well, I don't really say waste, but I don't want to take up more of your time in this video because it's already been really long. So I'm just gonna do all these colors off camera. And I'm just saying that's the end of the video. And look, it's orange. And look at that beautiful orange color. And then after that, I'm gonna do yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, and I'm just gonna leave this one white. This is gonna be pretty fun. I actually like using those a lot. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Let's play with some Play-Doh. Yay!